Yeah, no, absolutely. It did. And another question comes into mind. How did you get involved with Michael Weber and Tim Harrison at the beginning of the film? Because it seemed like you guys were probably working on this project for quite a few years.
Yeah, we were working on it for 4 years. At least I was working on it for 4 years.
Yeah.
And um, I met Michael Weber through Tim Harrison,
Okay.
who worked with Mike on the documentary The Elephant in the Living Room,
Great.
which came out over 10 years ago,
Yeah.
which about, the exotic animal pet trade and particularly the state of Ohio, which is
Yeah.
where they're both from.
Yeah.
And it came out before the Zanesville massacre, when Terry Thompson let dozens of exotic animals out
I
before he
remember.
killed himself.
Yeah.
And law enforcement was faced with a totally untenable situation, and
Right.
had to make some tough choices. But so Mike and Tim had a pre-existing relationship.
Okay.
In the course of their undercover work for the Elephant in the Living Room, they went to an exotic animal auction, and that's where they saw a lot of these folks that we've seen on Animal Planet, Discovery Channel, and the like. And they noticed that these celebrity conservationists, and I'm using quotes,
Yeah.
were there to buy and sell animals. And it was that, like, seeing that was the genesis of the idea for the conservation game, finding out what's really going on here. Like, what are these people actually about?
Right.
What are they actually doing with these animals? And really, like, dismantling all this facade of lies that they've been selling to the American public.
Yeah. Wow. So do you remember that time when they reached out to you and you heard this for the first time? What was going through your head?
Oh God, when I saw it the first time, it was, for me as a lawyer who was, participating in accumulating records and, engaging with state and federal agencies to find documentation of certain animal transfers and certain correspondence and all of this stuff, behind a desk type of stuff.
Sure.
To see the way Mike told the story and put together the footage, much of which I hadn't seen. I saw the I'd seen some of the footage from that he shot with me at Michigan State University. I'd seen the footage that he shot with me when we did the tiger rescue here in Louisiana. And just the way that all of you documentary filmmakers like put together and tell a story, it's awe-inspiring to me, like the lawyer who's just like, I'm a professional arguer.
Sure.
Like that's what I do. And it's incredible. It really is. It's so impactful, and it's become such an important advocacy tool. And I hope that those in the nonprofit world are as appreciative of the work that you all are doing as I am, because it's important. It's deeply important to have people who are independent, who aren't the mouthpiece of one side or the other.
Absolutely.
Who come in and just tell the truth.
Yeah.
Because sometimes the public isn't going to hear a message because they don't like the messenger.
Right.
Because they think the messenger has, some sort of an agenda to push one way or the other that they don't agree with on some level. Even if they agree on that issue, they still might not want to hear it.
Right.
So the documentary film work lately has been so incredible on this issue, but so many others, animals used in factory farming and all of this. It gives me a lot of hope for the rapid change that we're seeing unfold and what's going to happen in the future.
I completely agree. And within the last 5 to 10 years, you've seen so many more documentaries involving, animal welfare. And I think it's a turning key now that it's becoming more of a table conversation. It's more common. I guess we need to make it more popular. In the sense that we're talking about this issue all the time, and I do notice that there's a lot of great new documentaries, and like you said, it takes that independent person that has that passion for it to be able to go out there and really spend their time and create it, because, you know, like you said, most of the bigger corporations are just more looking for where can I make some money and just put it out there. But I guess in our case, it's more how can we make change, and then everything else comes later.
Right. Yeah, it's so that's, I mean, I was really just blown away by the film.